It's time to call Doc Love. Outlaw Dave Show, 950, summertime. Even if they're not school teachers, the ladies get frisky. It's something ingrained, it's conditioned, it's learned. Summertime gets here, and they're like, it's time to go and play. I was out visiting a friend of mine at a martini bar last night. Even though it's Tuesday, the excitement was palpable, and the young men, the unattached men, were all scurrying about. Every new little lassie that came in the place, they were excited. And Doc Love with us. I got to ask you, how do these guys get the digits? How do they ensure that they're able to make the connection from being out chillaxing to converting it to perhaps some sort of a short or long-term relationship?
Well, the first time you're going to test the woman's interest level in you is when you ask for the phone number.
Mm-hmm.
Up until that, you don't know if she's serious, is she flirting, is she married, she got a girlfriend, does she like you, does she dislike you? It would be nice if on her forehead it said 88, and you're hitting 88 out of 100. You say, wow, this girl loves me. Or is it just 51 and you're just barely hanging in there? So whether you're an 18-year-old college kid or you're a guy at a bikini bar or you're a 45-year-old doctor and your wife just left you through divorce, and you're at the country club, you're talking to this girl or woman, as I should say, or the 18-year-old guy at a fraternity party. After he talks to the girl, the idea is through the talking and making her laugh, you have to, A, pass the physical attraction test.
Right.
You don't have to be super handsome, but you got to be somewhere in there where she says, yeah, I'll go out with this guy once. Okay, so her interest level is only 55, but we don't know what she's thinking. So at the end of this conversation, 15, 20 minutes, she's leaning over, touching your arm. She's laughing at your silly jokes. You now have to close. You have to ask for the order. I'm a sales manager. I'm going to train you to get more orders to up your closing ratio.
ABC, always be closing.
That's it. Right on, Dave. And so what you're going to say is, Caprice, comma, what's your home phone number? And she says, oh, here, I'll give you my cell phone number. So you write it down, and then you just pretend like you didn't hear it, and you just say, Caprice, what's your home phone number? She says, I just gave you my home phone number. I said, that was your cell phone number. She says, well, I don't have a home phone. We don't have a hardwired phone in the house. Or she does, and she's a younger gal. Maybe she says, I live with my parents. I don't use her phone. The point is this. You would rather have the home phone rather than the cell phone. It's more intimate. You would rather have the cell phone over the business phone, because the home phone is more intimate. Plus another thing, when you call her at home, she's not going to be driving under a tunnel, or she's out there drinking with her girlfriends having a silly time, and you call her at a bad time. You tend to get a woman in a more relaxed mode if you catch her at home versus she's out driving around on the cell phone. But you get the cell phone and that's it, that's fine. But I got a little quick story here for you. You got a kick out of this. This student of mine had asked this girl out, got the cell phone, but she said she didn't have a home phone. So she goes to the house. The girl's not ready. So the roommate invites her to come into the kitchen, have a glass of orange juice. And guess what happened, Dave? The phone rang.
Uh-oh.
So we busted her. The most important factor in winning wars, I read a lot of military history, is intelligence. You got to know how that general thinks before he sends his troops in. You got to know how he runs battles. What's his style? Is he aggressive or is he real passive? But the most important thing is you got to know their moves. And this is the same thing. Most guys go in, gee, I love Capri, she's great. But he knows nothing about her attitude, her interest level, or scars and baggage. So I train the man to look at these other things, which are going to be in his benefit if they're all on the positive side over the long haul. But again, you've got to get the phone number. If she says, well, it's better if I call you, do you have a business card? I'm not ready for a relationship right now. And this is the worst and the dumbest. Well, why do you want it?
Well, now, the difference of getting the home phone as opposed to the cell phone, and you were talking about how on the cell phone, the chances of you being distracted when you answer it. But why is it important when you dialogue with this young lady that she not be distracted?
Because when I'm asking this, I'm calling this woman to ask her out. And
Right.
I don't want her with 6 girlfriends at a bar. I don't want her driving down the freeway. I want her clear-headed, and I want her quiet. And I want to be able to read the tone in her voice, the enthusiasm in her voice. And I don't want any distractions in her life which might complicate my perception of what she's really saying through that tone. And that's the whole idea.
And, you touched on it before. The first thing that we're judged on as we talk to women, as we approach them, as they even see us, is our physicality. It's now summertime. We're supposed to be in great shape. But how much does that really play into a woman's assessment